So you want to make a YouTube video. Well, that's great, because it's easy. Let me show you how to do it. So you want to make a YouTube video. Well, first things first. Seems pretty self-explanatory, I guess. You're going to need a camera. And honestly, you really don't need anything fancy. You probably already have a camera. Like, you can literally just use your phone and hold it up like this. I'm not using a phone. I'm just using a little gimbal camera, and that's a great option. But you can also just go and buy gimbals for your phone, which you might want to do because it's a little bit better than trying to hold it and keep it steady the whole time. If you choose on making videos where you're moving around. However, you can always just make a video where you're standing around like this and talking. Or you can sit down and talk. I like to do this so I can move my hands like this for fun. Make it more interesting. Like I'm saying something really important. Or I'm Italian, But realistically, you don't have to think too much about visuals and appearance necessarily, especially as a beginner, because realistically, people aren't necessarily going to expect you to be an expert as a beginner unless you are already coming from a place of experience or you have a production company to help you out. You don't need to worry about that, and your phone camera is probably good enough. And you can use a tripod like this, or you can just lean your phone up. But really, it's not something that you need to stress about. The more important thing is going to be the content itself, which also doesn't really need to be overthought. Literally, as long as you have something to say and you have a camera, you can get started. There you go. And this right here is a style of video that I like. Honestly, I don't really like videos that have a ton of editing and that are super overproduced. Like, I'm not trying to watch a movie or a high-produced TV series. So, if you have something to say and you know what you're talking about, it doesn't need to be flashy. If you're interesting, people are going to listen. That's as simple as that. And another thing that, starting off, exactly, you don't need to worry about editing and so on, because honestly, these types of videos where there's very little editing, like if you look at my other videos, you'll notice most of my videos are kind of all in one take, or I edit out little bits just to help the flow going. But I kind of prefer less editing, and there's a certain style of video that's actually doing really well on YouTube that applies to. So you actually don't necessarily need any great editing skills to get started. You can literally use simple editing tools on your phone, or even tools that are on the social media app that you plan to post to, like YouTube, for example. It's a lot easier to do if you're making shorts, I guess, but that's exactly it. If you're making long videos like this, it doesn't need to necessarily be all chopped up and add all these great effects and everything. And like I said, when you're just starting out, honestly, I think it's kind of beneficial to not overdo it, because like for this purpose, exactly, me talking about how to make a video, I'm showing you in talking about it, but also literally in the way I'm making this video, that it's not that hard to do, and you could do this right now if you wanted to. In a lot of cases, I prefer videos that have less editing, because, especially in this style, because it's kind of almost more legit or more trustworthy in a way. I find sometimes, especially if you're going to do a video that's about very serious or complicated information, it's better to be in like a podcast form where it's just a flowing conversation, in my opinion. It's easier to follow along, as well as for me, I find it actually makes me trust the speaker more, because if you can just talk on about whatever subject it is without very many cuts, with very little editing, to me it shows that you actually know what you're talking about. And that's exactly it. You should be able to just talk on and on like I am here without referring to any notes or anything. If you know what you're talking about, it should be easy. Then that's all the easy stuff. The hard part is next. The hard part is actually doing the video, like performing. But that's entirely up to you how hard you want to make it. I mean, one tip that I can definitely give you is what I'm doing right now is look into the camera. At least once in a while. Like, I'm going to look away like this. It's casual. It's like a normal conversation. I don't need to stare at you the whole time, but I'm going to look at you to give you the illusion I'm looking you in the eyes and making sure you're paying attention. We're still talking here. It makes it feel more personal. So that's something people need to just keep in mind, because I see a lot of other creators. Some of them have really good information, mostly shorts creators, but they're like looking down all the time, or they're looking always at the camera and not at the, at the like actual screen display, not the camera itself, not the lens. And they're like, I don't know why people aren't resonating with my videos. And to me, that's like an obvious thing that you can improve that will help with increasing retention. And then it's just a matter of, are you comfortable on the camera? And honestly, that's just going to come down to practice. Maybe for some people it's a lot easier than others. Like, I personally used to have a lot of public speaking anxiety, and however, talking on camera was never really a big issue for me. Like, it was always just less pressure for some reason, and I didn't feel like it was so stressful, and I'm not as worried about how people are going to perceive it, because most of the time I'm not going to be there for their reaction anyway, so it's nothing to worry about. But yeah, at the end of the day, it's literally practice. So the point is just get started and have fun with it. And it doesn't matter, like, whatever you want to talk about, don't overthink it. Start with something simple. Honestly, these types of talking videos are good for even channels where, say you want to have a cooking channel and most of your videos are just filming yourself cooking. That's cool, but it's almost nice to add a video like this in between where it's kind of behind the scenes, or you talk about how you got into cooking, or anything, like review other cooks or anything. You just want to build a rapport, and anyway, all that comes later. Point is it's literally this easy. Just get a camera, talk, and have fun. And that's it for now. So thanks for watching. Leave me a like and comment. Let me know how this helps you, and let me know if you're gonna go make a video. And if you want, comment, and I'll even check it out. And yeah, thanks for watching. Now stop watching and go make a YouTube video. See you next time.